Greetings, Soul Tribe, and welcome to this Ancestor message. We already have the seat here present. I've already set the frequency shield and barrier for the ancestors that are allowed to come through. At this time, you can tap into the energies, clear your mind. This message may not be for you, or it might. So we will see what comes out. I ask that Source helps bring through a clear, concise message, and the ancestor that comes through. We'll see what it is you want to communicate to your family member. So things that may be relevant, I did decide to do this reading outside. So your ancestor could be calling you to go outside. When I was starting, there was a lot of revving going on. So something about a Mustang. Someone could have a Mustang or could have had a Mustang. I'm getting the color black and red. Okay. Something could be coming together rather raggedly, I'm hearing. Okay. So let's see who is present. Okay, and we have visitation here again. And who is visiting? Start this over. Okay. Let's see. And who do we have visiting here? Someone's great niece. Okay. Okay. All right, let's go through these energies here. All right, we have privilege, act of love, drama, and change. Okay. And communication. All right, so let's tap in here, see what I am receiving. All right, so someone is clearly coming through to share an act of love. Here with this act of love, do nothing card, there is not much you have to do to receive love from your ancestors. Okay, as I stated in the previous reading, your ancestors could have dressed in any of these types of clothing styles, these outfits. An eagle could be important for someone as well, okay? But color and race does not have to be important, but again, it can be, all right? Sometimes these comes through as just archetypal energies as well, all right? Make sure you're drinking water as well. Okay, someone's squinting to see through something. Okay, looking from afar. All right, definitely from the Orient. Okay, your orientation. Someone could be visiting Asia, but helping you with your orientation here. Okay, this card with privilege speaks about how you grew up. It also speaks to those who have grown up privileged, not knowing what it's like to live an unprivileged life. Okay, so sometimes growing up in a space where you have been privileged was a disservice because you had to learn other things that you didn't learn from being in this kind of shut-in space. All right, this gentleman, this young man here, his eyes are a little dark. Okay, so this comes off as people think they know what this person's life was like, but they really don't, okay? Oftentimes when children are brought up in families where they are privileged, where they have a certain standard that they have to keep up, they aren't able to break away from that way of living and being because it will cause drama deciding to go through a certain change here, okay? Someone could be missing a pair of gloves. Someone could be acting as well. Hats off to you, I'm hearing. Okay. Drama. This card speaks about, it's kind of self-explanatory, but also, ooh, excuse me, there's a burp coming through. Excuse me, feeling like being yourself or changing how you were brought up will cause drama. I think I touched on that a little bit. But someone being very drama filled, an auntie dressing very eclectic, okay? There could be someone around you that the energy is bringing up that's being, that's carrying a lot of drama, okay? With this purse here, carrying a lot of drama. Someone could have a purse that's just filled with a lot of crap also. Someone could have a tablecloth that's like this, I'm hearing. A favorite pair of boots. Okay, watch out. Always having this kind of watch out energy, or afraid to do things because of what might happen when things like that aren't necessarily going to happen. So projecting, being afraid to step out. Again, that message is heavy, okay? But change, okay? The angel of change here, the energy of change. Someone is desiring a new slate, a clean slate. Okay. And then we have communication as well underneath the bottom of the deck. So squaring off energy, what's being said, what's being shown, what are you not saying, what needs to say, who are you sparring off with? Are you sparring with someone? Someone couldn't be in boxing, or boxing may be something that you're interested in. Okay. But going back and forth, we want you to stop going back and forth with yourself. There's something that's going to come up, that's going to come in rather swiftly, and it's going to feel like you had to do nothing. It's going to come in a space where you've done what some would say nothing, or some will say that you didn't do anything to gain the access or the seat that you have. But there's not much you have to do to receive from your ancestors, but know that you have ancestors to receive from, okay? There's a ladybug that just flew up here, so that can be important to someone as well. Be careful if anyone is doing anything pertaining to walking on frozen lakes and things like that, okay? Walking on snow as well, okay? Be careful of slips and falls, or someone could have slipped and fell, or something pertaining to ice is important. Okay, let's get into this a bit more here. This is a very focused energy. Very focused energy. Okay, what do you want to share about this privileged energy here? Someone has a hat collection. Top hat. Someone could have had a top hat or has a top hat. But someone has a hat collection. Or they didn't play about their hats. Okay. You can be in a phase of taking your hat off, okay? Like putting down a service. Okay. What else here? Yeah. Okay, Knight of Cups. All right. So someone could be coming in to share a renewed sense of emotional access. Very kind of distinguished. You can see here with the clothing, like they dressed a certain kind of way. There was a, oh, the ladybug is landing on me. So ladybug's very important. It's literally on my shirt here. Okay, go. All right. So again, ladybug, someone could call you ladybug. All right, you can be someone's ladybug. But going out into the public, keeping a very distinguished look. All right. This can also be a romantic energy. So this could have been someone's lover that's coming through. Okay. Or someone that was charming, charismatic with their words as well. Okay. It could be also a love bombing energy. All right. But see, when I said hat off, it's like when I was out, I had to be a certain kind of way. But when it was time for me to take my hat off, that's when the drama started. When I was ready to no longer perform, that's when the drama started. When I really wanted people to look me in my eyes and see who I was, truly, that's when the drama started. There's sirens going off in the background as well. Okay. What else here with this Knight of Cups and this privilege? Someone could be wanting to share how they are. Yeah, more water here with the Lovers. We have Gemini energy. Oh, I might need to cover this up. 1 second. Y'all hear all those sirens going off in the back? I forgot that UB2B here. I just have to cover this up for a second. Someone could be wanting to share how they wanted to live a different life. Okay, so in this particular deck, the Lover card comes in three. There's 3 Lovers cards. There's a heterosexual. Okay, something is very significant. All right, I know my frequency is high, but she does not want to leave right now. Okay, she was just on my arm and everything. So someone here wants you to know that they're never going to leave you. All right, like I said, this could be a lover situation. It could be a homosexual partner. All right, that kind of carried that regal energy, always dressed up, suited and booted is what I'm hearing. Okay, but you are like me is what I'm also hearing. Okay, but see how this arrow is shooting towards the drama. Okay, so something could have happened that it could have had a dramatic transition. Okay, someone could be going through a sexual transition or desiring to go through a sexual transition. Something could have happened pertaining to how someone desired to live, and that's not how their family their family didn't agree. Their family didn't agree. Okay, for whatever ancestor this is right here, their family didn't agree. All right, it was very shocking. Okay, and look at how their hair is. Okay, it's curly and permed here, curly, kind of permed, very well kept hair. All right, but again, this is Gemini energy, so that speaks to communication. The sirens are still going on in the background. Okay, so this is very important and prevalent for someone right now. All right, so this is definitely a masculine energy here, wanting to bring a renewed sense of emotional stability. It could have been demonized as well for their way of living, for how they were in the public versus how they were at home. Okay. There could have been a feminine energy that this could have been, it doesn't have to be a loving situation here with the Knight of Cups. It could have been cousins and brothers, but there could have been something that transpired where the family chose sides in a situation here. He loved his mustache. Somebody's ancestor really loves their loved their mustache. All right. And I'm hearing a woodpecker in the background now. So that could be important to someone. Okay. Hold on with this drama here. Ooh, you see how those cards fell out like that? Like, like very, very chaotic. All right, very chaotic. Okay, but here, this Knight of Swords. This is definitely dealing with the mind. Okay, you could be being woken up, in the middle of the night. There's a lot on your mind. There was a lot on this person's mind. A lot of anxiousness, a lot of mental anxiety here, because we do have this communication here. And I'm going to flip this over so we don't have too many messages coming through here. So with this communication here, with the Nine of Swords, that is definitely a lot of anxious communication. Again, when I was talking about someone didn't see eye to eye, or family members not seeing eye to eye, or sparring off. Okay. But this is also having ideas and choosing one. Okay, it's like choosing an Ace of Swords here, choosing a communication, choosing a thought process. Okay, so you can really be up. Maybe you're writing a book. Okay, something with your throat chakra here. Okay, 9 also dealing with the Hermit energy, Virgo energy here. So someone could have been a Virgo, or someone could be burning the midnight oil, trying to write something or get something in. You can also be channeling this ancestor here, or this partner or family member. But this is very anxious energy. In general, Nine of Swords energy is being up at night, worried about how things are going to, how they're going to play out. All right. And then I was looking at here how he has his hand on his knife. Okay, so some communication here. Maybe there was a letter or something. It's almost kind of looking like a scroll right now. Maybe there's something that you're waiting to come in, some communication, some letter, or something was delivered, some kind of results or something like that, upon waking, or receiving clear communication upon waking. All right, I'm not talking about, let's see what's all the drama. Let's see what all of this is. So we have 5 of Pentacles. All right, someone being out in the cold, feeling like they're out in the cold, feeling like they're lost, confused, feeling like they don't have enough to sustain themselves. Okay, again, this is 5 of Pentacles energy can be it's a very like, what am I gonna do kind of energy. If you look in her eyes, you know, neither sets of eyes here have a sense of comfort. Okay, we got the Ace of Pentacles here, and then we have the 4 of Swords. Okay, so the 5 to the 6, this will start to bring in a balance. All right, but the 4 of Swords is also, you know, needing to calm your mind, needing to rest. All right, so you can actually receive something. Again, with this single sword here, this Ace of Swords. Okay. You could have plants, and those vines and plants that grow down the wall in your home. There's something in someone's purse. There's a pentacle. There's something that someone is withholding. The sun is in your palms. There's something that you're going to receive. There's something that I want to give you that's going to help you move from being in this state of lack, in this state of feeling impoverished, or feeling like you don't have enough support. It could have been moved. You could have moved around a lot as well. Your family could have moved around a lot. Again, with this kind of pattern here. Okay. Your vines are mine. I'm not sure, I'm not sure what that means. That pertains to somebody. Your vines are mine. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by your vines are mine? The way that they're entwined, you're entwined in something. And it came from the anxiousness that I carried. And I passed it on to you, this instability, this energy of always needing something to give you balance. Because 5 is the 5 energy isn't a balanced energy. It is a energy of change, of waiting for that next thing to come in so that you have stability. So something you're entwined in is still ancestral. I'm looking at the cracks here. You could have cracks in your ceiling. All right, with this cold winter energy, make sure you're paying attention to any leaks in your ceiling and in your walls. Okay, you can be currently in a housing transition and maybe staying in like public housing in a church, looking for like a sanctuary. But there is a lot of unrest here. Again, with this church, this church energy here. Because someone could be Catholic. Someone could have been persecuted for their religious choices. Okay, because this would be the 3 of Swords here. All right. Tell me about your vines are mine. What do you mean by that for this individual? Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles and the 8 of Wands. And then here with the rose, the vines. There's going to be something that comes in really quick. Either that was a really quick message for you, like that really was like that. You know what that means, or you knew what that meant when I said it. Your family could grow tobacco. But again, with this pentacle, there's something that's going to be released. There's something that's going to come in that's going to help offset where you have been. There's a masculine energy here. There is some land. Someone could be looking into their indigenous culture. There's some land. You could also be being led to water. Someone spied on somebody. Someone spied on someone, and it caused an upheaval in the family. You see how has these gloves on? There was someone at a place that shouldn't have been there. They shouldn't have been there. And that's what caused the drama. Give me one more for this. So she was scared. Again, you have to take these messages how they resonate with these ancestor messages here. These, like I said, they come in as a direct ancestor and sometimes as archetypal energies or a frequency collective, again with the pentacle. Again with the pentacle here. And then with the vines. Okay, so this is a couple. All right. There's something that happened. Okay, bring a message through clear. There was something that took place that I cannot name. There was a decision that was made. We let the wrong person in. They got too close and they seen what we had. And within that, it caused a great deal of upheaval, and it shifted the dynamic in our family lineage. There is something that we're going to lead you to, and we need you to follow the clues. We need you to trust where we're sending you. Something's going to come through, and it's going to look like it was always there. They're showing me like the crease of something. But it's also a very narrow pathway where they're going to be leading you. But something is rightfully yours. Something is going to come through that's going to swiftly change this energy of being in poverty, of being in financial lack. There's something that's going to come through. It's going to come through quick. You're going to have to follow the clues quickly. Without doubt, just follow them. We have something for you. And it's going to change everything. There's not anything else you need to do but allow us to show you. Allow us to, with this arrow here, allow us to show you where to go and what to do. Okay. Let's just change energy here. Just to make sure I'm still recording. Okay. Let's just change energy here. Let's change energy here. You could be visiting a museum. Ooh, this is a lot of mental anguish, There's a lot of unrest here. There's a lot of mental and spiritual anxiousness. Okay? Someone could have transitioned from a broken heart. Someone could have been betrayed. Someone could feel like they were stabbed in the back. Someone didn't see something coming. Could have been a feminine energy here that had an unfortunate incident with a partner. Okay. This could have been an incident where she was, it was a crime of passion. Someone was railroaded, I'm hearing. Something about a banker. My arm itched on that. Something about a banker. You're gonna have to move without seeing here. Tell me more about this Two of Swords pertaining to this change. Tell me about this Two of Swords energy. Lovers again. On YouTube I'm gonna have to get some little tape for these. Oh goodness, I'm gonna have to get some tape for these cards here. Yeah, this is a I'm trying to find the right words to say it. This feminine energy wasn't expecting what happened, she said. She was distracted. She was distracted by the promise of love. Okay. This individual could have been considered a King of Cups, so a water sign energy. The King of Cups and the King of Hearts and the playing deck. Some decks, they have the knife towards that part of their anatomy. I'm just gonna watch my words here for you, B2B. The Grand Canyon could be important to you, or something dealing with a cliff. Someone's name could be Clifford. Finding clues for something, leading you to clues. But something with a banker. Obviously, he's not in a bank, but there's something pinging me about something with a banker. What's this Ten of Swords? Whew, yeah, it was about love. There could have been drinks, okay? Y'all, they have me solving, they have me helping y'all solve clues for things, helping y'all find things, helping y'all put missing pieces together for how they may have transitioned. Champagne, okay? This is also telling you to be mindful of your drinks while you're out, so that you're not in a situation where you're incapacitated and mentally can't figure out what's going on with these energies that's around, okay? But on a lighter note, there is something that she said, my energy may have, the way that I left wasn't the best, but my energy has changed with the dove here and the wings. Someone could have been a dancer as well, a ballerina. Okay. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles here. Okay. Any other messages here with this Ace of Cups pertaining to change? Oh my. And then we have the universe here. As I said, someone could have been a dancer. Okay. She said I was known for what I did. All right. You could be an Aquarius, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, or Aries. She said I was known. I was known for my gifts and my talents and my abilities. And you too have this gift. Don't fear it because of how I transitioned. Dance with life. Just be mindful. We're going to end that part right there. Just be mindful. Okay? Just be mindful. So let's end with a Sacred Mandala Oracle for the collective. Again, take the messages how they resonate. Every message is not for everyone. Every piece is not for everyone. Every ancestor portion and message is not for everyone. So just be mindful, okay? And take it back to your ancestors. Let's get in the sun. It's starting to set a little bit. Oh. All right. Safe to be seen. Archangel Gabriel and turquoise. So what I will do here is let me read the message for you. And we will conclude today's ancestor message. Thank you for being here. Be sure to let me know what portions resonated for you, if any, okay? And be sure to like the video. Okay. You could be seeing numbers 444. Any astrology y'all want me to pull out here? We have quite a few. The Lovers came out twice, so be mindful of Gemini energy. Check your 6th house. Okay, we have Virgo with the Hermit here. Everyone kind of came out, but anything super important. Libra energy. Okay, and then the 4 here. All right. So we bring you the gift of safety and being seen. Over lifetimes, you have loved the earth, returning again and again to serve humanity, liberate the human soul from fear, and spread a message of love. You have spoken truths, shared messages, and inspired many. Yet in your visibility, sometimes you have felt misunderstood and vulnerable. You have been admired and loved, but at times also feared and attacked for the empowering message you brought to the world. In you, there is a memory of this, and although you wish to share your light with the world again, there are times when the thought of being seen doesn't feel safe. We are here to let you know that you are protected in divine grace. It is safe to open up to your inner knowledge and to share your message with the world. The light in you is stronger than fear. It is time to shine fearless and bright. And the affirmation is, it is safe for me to be seen. I shine my light fearless, bright, and true. I release these energies back to source. Thank you, ancestors, for being here. And again, until next time, I love you all and peace.